Hello, everyone, and welcome. I do have a really quick word from the Lord. And I think I'm going to title this Release It. Okay. So, what the Lord wants to know, what are you carrying that you should not be? And He goes and answers and says, everything, right? So, in Matthew 11, chapter 28, it says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Okay? "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So, how are you supposed to do this? So we find this in John chapter 5, verse 19. So Jesus gave them this answer: "Very truly I tell you, the Son can do nothing by himself. He can do only what he sees his Father doing, because whatever the Father does, the Son also does." So this is I'm elaborating on this. So if Jesus can do nothing by himself, what makes us think we can do it by ourselves? Just something to ponder on. So why? To give us rest, and it is by invitation to learn from him and include God through the power of the Holy Spirit, okay? So at that place, in this season, he can show you how much he loves you. This will help you trust him. You will start to see and experience that he really is a good father, a good shepherd, and a wonderful counselor. I always say, why do we want to do it on our own? Why do we want to figure things out on our own? Anyway, so the Lord wants to spend time with you. He is jealous for you and is not going to apologize for pursuing you until you release all your burdens and make a trade at the cross. Okay, in Exodus 34, verse 14, it says, it talks about God as a jealous God. So when he says, listen to what the Lord is saying, "When you do not give me your burdens, it is like saying to me, the cross never happened. And Jesus dying on the cross for you was done in vain." So he says, "Why would I send my only son to die for you if I didn't love you? You cannot restore your own heart. Let me show you the deeper things of your addictions, no matter what they are. Come sit at my feet with your tears and allow me to love you and tell you that I think you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and there is nothing impossible for me. Your broken spirit is a sacrifice to me." And that's found in Psalm 51, verse 17. So he says, next time Satan, the father of lies and deception, starts to influence you with the lie that you are not good enough or that I don't love you, remind him of the cross. Will you be willing at moments of heartbreak and agony, come to me anyway? So that way he can at least put that lie that you might be unknowingly carrying, put it to rest, okay? By him giving you an on-time word or whatever it is that you need or asking now. So thinking that the Lord is mad or that we didn't do enough or we weren't obedient. Okay, so we mess up. He already told us that in his word that we will always fall short of the glory of God. He likes it that way. He likes that. He doesn't like for us to mess up all the time, but he likes that when you do, you run to the Father and not to the father of lies. He says, at least bring it to me. At least lay it there and say, what's going on here? Why am I unknowingly believing this? And it's usually the same thing. Think about it. Write it down. Write it down, and I bet you come back the following week, and that same thought is knocking at your door, and for sure it did not come from the Father. That's not the way he operates, and that's why it's so important that you learn who God is not. He is not guilt. He is not condemnation. He doesn't operate in fear. He created us. He created the world. He already knows what Satan is up to, okay? Why then do bad things happen? Because he gave us free will, and it all goes back up. This is not what the message is about. Goes back to the fall of Adam and Eve, of that tree of good and knowledge. And he told them not to eat from that tree, but they did. So now they have the knowledge of the evil and the good. And then that's why he says, choose me, choose life. He's always giving us a choice. And he'd love that choice to be that we would run to him in the deepest of the deep, because he loves us. And this is what the whole cross is about, that he gave his only son when we were still sinners. Think about it. So when Satan comes at us in a different way, he already knows that we fall short. He already knows we're weak. He made us. That's why he allowed Jesus to come in the flesh. And remember, Jesus still had to depend on the Father. Can you only imagine that Jesus knew he had one assignment, and that's to go die on the cross. And imagine if Jesus started to judge us. Oh my gosh, we would all be gone, because we all fall short. It's that weakness. Remember, you can't forget this, that when we are weak, he is strong. Okay, so it's good to be weak. Remember, the kingdom operates on a whole different way, a whole different level. It is the foolish things that God uses to confound the wise. We are not foolish. He uses the foolish things, okay? So wherever he's leading me and it looks foolish, well, I think I'm going to go that way. You might try it yourself. Anyway, I don't know who this message is for. I hope it blesses you. God bless you.